Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Almost Martha. Today is going to be so quick and so easy. You're not going to believe it. You're going to say, why do I need to watch this? I know how to make this. But let me tell you, today we're going to be making some life-changing egg salad. I've made egg salad for many years. It was always good, but this is really good. Not many ingredients. It's just about the ingredients that you choose and a different cooking time that makes all the difference. So hold on and let's make some life-changing egg salad. Okay. I've made egg salad, forever, and I would boil my eggs for 12 minutes, and I'd add my mayonnaise and salt, and there you go, it's egg salad. Sometimes I'd throw some pickle in there, sometimes I wouldn't, but most of the time I would. And then a happy accident occurred, and I didn't boil my eggs for 12 minutes. I only boiled them for 8 minutes. And the center has this sort of jammy quality to it. It's not completely uncooked, it's just slightly underdone. And it was a revelation because those eggs had that jammy center, I didn't have to add a ton of mayonnaise to it, just a little bit of mayonnaise to make them wonderfully creamy. Another thing that changed was the type of eggs that I used to make egg salad. And buying normal eggs, you're going to get normal egg salad, I have to just tell you. But if you're going to buy pasture-raised, this is very important, pasture-raised organic eggs, total revelation. The difference in the taste, the difference in nutrition, I've also read, is tremendous. So while you might see, sort of free range chickens, all that means is they're not in a cage, or you'll see cage free, but they're still walking around a pen. They're still in an industrial environment. It's really this pasture raised that makes all the difference in the world. Now, these eggs are definitely more expensive than your normal eggs, and the prices do vary because they also go on sale. So watch for those sales. I have found if you buy more than a dozen, like sometimes they have like that 18 carton, that can be much less expensive. So watch for that. And now when you go to the grocery store, you have more than one choice of pasture-raised eggs, so you can do some price comparison. Between these two, one was a full $3 less than the other, and they're both organic pasture-raised, so there you go. I know they're more expensive than the normal eggs, but they're more nutritious, much more nutritious, and they are far more tasty. And if you make egg salad or something like that with these eggs, you're going to feed a lot of people with them and they're really going to enjoy it. So something to bear in mind. The eggs that you choose make a big difference on the output of your product. The other thing that I changed in my cooking method was how I cook the eggs, and not just, 8 minutes, revelation, 8 minutes instead of 12, but I steam my eggs now instead of boiling them in water. I'd read that this was a better cooking method. Frankly, I resisted it. I don't know why I resisted it. But now, yeah, if you have ever struggled to get that shell off the egg and you end up looking with eggs that have an acne problem, then you know what I'm talking about, right? Steaming your eggs gives you a much prettier product, cooks the egg just how you want it to, and it really makes it much, much easier to get those shells off the egg. So I have a pot of water, I have a steamer basket that I put in here. I put in just enough water to sort of kiss that steamer basket, no more. Then I'm gonna put this on the stove. I'm gonna bring it to the boil. Once it's boiling and rolling in there, that's when I add my eggs and I start my timer. My water has just started to boil. Now I'm just gonna lower some eggs right onto the steamer. I'm being kind of precious with the spoon, but I don't want to burn my fingers either. Okay. I'm going to do 7 because we sure like this. Lid on top. Now we set a timer for 8 minutes. Okay, so we're on a very precise timetable here. We have 8 minutes for our eggs to be steamed. We also have a bowl of ice water. That's going to help us with our timetable because the minute we hit that 8-minute mark, we're going to pull out the entire steamer. We're just going to pull it to the sink and dump the eggs right in the ice water, and that's going to prevent those eggs from continuing to cook because we want that cooking process to stop. So we need ice water to do that. Then as we peel the eggs, I'm going to make sure that I save the shells because the shells are terrific for plants outside. They're good for hydrangeas. They're really good for roses. So if your roses need an extra little boost now that everything's sort of fading. So eggshells, crumble up these eggshells and put them at the root of your rose plants, and that will be a nice treat for them too. Okay, my timer went off. So here's my eggs, and they're going right into the ice water. So this will stop that cooking process. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna slap on the edge, let some of that water in. Okay, so here we go. Oh yeah, see how that just peels right off? Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I have my little steamer catching all of my eggshells down there. So I made deviled eggs using this same method. I made deviled eggs for a party last weekend, and man, they were gone in like 10 minutes. And I made a ton of them. And I used this process. So you get those nice, beautiful eggs. Whoops. See those nice, beautiful eggs that then you make into beautiful, deviled eggs. So really, really good. I will say, be careful as you're tapping the egg because these are not all the way hard boiled. They're a little more fragile, and you can sort of tear your egg in half if you tap it too hard. So just lightly tap to get that shell to open up, and you'll be just fine. Of course, we are making egg salad. So even if they do tear up a little bit, it really doesn't matter because we're going to chop this all up. But if we were going to be making deviled eggs, then that's something that you would care about because you want that beautiful outside of the egg for your deviled eggs. So just keep that in mind. These are a little more fragile than strictly hard-boiled eggs. Okay. All right, we have our beautiful eggs. So now I'm just gonna start, and as you can see how jammy they are, right? First of all, those pasture-raised eggs are gonna have almost an orange color quality to them, which shows you how different those eggs are, right? Much more orangey. We've only cooked these eggs, we cooked them for 8 minutes, and they're just super jammy on the inside, nice and creamy, and that is going to make for an amazing egg salad. So if you want hard boiled, you would go, the full 12 minutes. But I got to tell you, This is so good. This is so good. I've eaten this egg salad for lunch. I've eaten it for breakfast. I've eaten it it's because there's so little mayonnaise in it. It makes it a really, really versatile dish. So, oh man, that is so good. Now I'm just gonna chop my eggs up. So another really important ingredient is, of course, the mayonnaise that you choose and salt. So I've got egg on my hands. So this egg salad is already creamy thanks to those creamy yolks. And that means that we have to add very, very little mayonnaise. But mayonnaise counts, right? My sister-in-law swears on Hellmann's, but I swear on Duke's. Duke's is the best. Duke's is the best. It makes the best BLT, and it has just a little more zippy flavor. So I've got a teaspoon here. I'm going to add a teaspoon of mayonnaise. That should be about enough or very close. And I'm going to add salt. I am a big, big fan of this Himalayan pink salt. So I'm going to add a grind for every egg. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And we can add more as needed. And I'll tell you, the deviled eggs that I made last weekend, that was everybody's favorite. The secret ingredient at the end for those deviled eggs was a little bit of flaky Maldon sea salt right on top. Oh man, made all the difference in the world. For deviled eggs, I do this process, of course, with just yolks and a little bit of Wickles pickle relish. You can find that recipe on the website because I've made it before. The only addition I did this last weekend was sprinkling a little bit of that Maldon sea salt on there. So my deviled egg recipe is available, and boy, it's good. Okay, so with that little bit of mayonnaise, we really have this delicious, super yellow, wonderful egg salad that is so, so good. Of course, if you want to add pepper, add pepper. If you want to add a little more salt, you can do that. But this is some humdinger egg salad. Okay, I have a little piece of bread that I've lightly toasted, and I've added my egg salad. And just to make it a little bit healthier, I'm going to add a little bit of avocado. I've also crumbled bacon on top, that kind of thing. Here's that Maldon sea salt. I'm just going to add a tiny bit on top. It gives it that nice little crunchy goodness. And we'll give it a taste. Here we go. This is so good. This is so, so good. So good. I always knew I liked egg salad before, but this is unbelievable. Mark asks me for it all the time now. Egg salad, egg salad. So this is really something else. And it's just the best ingredients, which always makes the difference, right? The best ingredients, the shorter cooking time, the jammy yolk, oh man, and salt. Make sure you use good salt. Sea salt, just don't use that plain table salt, and it will really lift your dish up. So I hope you try it because it really is fabulous. You can go to almost-martha.com. I'll write out the recipe for you, even though pretty simple. I think you got it just by watching this, right? Super simple. But you can go see all the other recipes that I have there. So almost-martha.com. Thanks for joining. Thanks for coming by. Hi, Mom. And we'll see you next time. Make some egg salad. It's super easy. And it's good for you too with these really good eggs. So see you next time. Bye. Starving.